Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Count Jinsula, and welcome to another Pokemon Go discussion video. So, we are on the precipice of getting Pokemon Go Fest in Pokemon Go, and I have to say, there's just a lot of excitement and a lot of buzz in the Pokemon Go community, and I do think it's well merited. It's looking like it's going to be a phenomenal Go Fest this year, and I'm most certainly excited about all of the Shinies and all of the wild spawns that are going to be happening during this event. Now, the point of this video will be to talk about what I'm looking forward to with Pokemon Go Fest, what I'm afraid is going to happen, and of course, I'm going to be giving you a little bit of speculation regarding what could be coming to Pokemon Go through this event, and yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's roll the intro and jump right into it. Alrighty, let's talk about Pokemon Go Fest. So, this is looking to be one of the best events this year, and that is of course because of the sheer number of shiny spawns as well as a brand new mythical. It is going to be a phenomenal time for anyone who purchased a ticket. I'm really excited about this event. There's just a lot to look forward to. Of course, we've already seen a couple of things be added into Pokemon Go, like Kyogre raids, but yeah, it's not just raiding, it's going to be a lot of shiny hunting and a lot of meetups, and in general, it's just going to be a lot of fun. Go Fest is typically the landmark event for Pokemon Go every year, and it is one of those events that will get a lot of players out of the woodwork. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to be for all of the local communities during the global portion, and just how popular it will be during the live events. But for the global edition of Pokemon Go Fest, I do think there's going to be a lot of activity and a lot of players coming out to play the game, and I really do think Niantic has a really good setup here. I do like the fact that Niantic is trying out both a global format as well as a couple of live events. I really do miss the live version of Pokemon Go Fest. For the last couple of years before the pandemic, Niantic would hold Pokemon Go Fest here in my home city of Chicago, and I have to say, some of my most positive experiences with Pokemon Go came from those live events. But of course, in some places in the world, they're still a little trepidatious because of the pandemic, but I do think Niantic is going to return to form with these in-person live events, and I really do think that it's going to create a lot of positive energy and a lot of positive memories for Pokemon Go players. I think the big highlight of this year's Pokemon Go Fest is going to be similar to every other Pokemon Go Fest, in that it's going to be all about the Shinies. And I have to say that for this year's Pokemon Go Fest, there is a really good roster of potential Shinies that you can get. Each habitat is filled to the brim with some rare Shinies and also some rare Pokemon, and I really do like the fact that they are not just diversifying these spawns, but they are also adding a whole bunch of rares that a lot of players have been looking for. I mean, specifically when it comes to Axew, I think that is the one Pokemon that a lot of players are going to be farming up during this event, and of course, because its shiny is going to be released through Pokemon Go Fest, I'm sure there's a lot of players who are hoping to get that shiny, but I will say that you should temper your expectations, because if the last couple of Go Fests have taught me anything, do not expect to get certain shinies. You really will just be getting a lot of random shinies throughout the event, and you cannot predict what those shinies are going to be. But for a lucky few, they will be able to pick up a shiny Axew during this event, and that is of course going to be really exciting. But if you want a shiny Axew and you do not get one during this event, do not worry about it, because it will eventually get a community day. We just don't know when that will be. Now, one thing that I'm worried about for this year's Pokemon Go Fest, especially for the second day, is that we're going to have some of the same problems that we had from last year's Go Fest, in that there's going to be a very heavy emphasis on raiding as opposed to just general gameplay. Hopefully that won't be the case, but considering that there is the rumor that an Ultra Beast will make its debut in Pokemon Go Fest, there is a high chance that you will be doing quite a lot of raiding. And of course, we're going to have Axew, Kyogre, and Groudon in raid battles, so that means you're going to want to use your raid passes that you've saved up over the past couple of months, because this event is going to be a prime opportunity for you to pick up XL candies for those powerful Pokemon, as well as picking up a shiny version of any of these super rare Pokemon. Speaking of which, I do think it's going to be in your best interest that you do not ignore raid battles battles during this event, especially because there's going to be a lot of players that are going to be out and about playing, so raid battles will fill up really quickly. And of course, there are XL candies that you can get now with Kyogre and Groudon. Both of these Pokemon are extremely powerful for the Master League, and of course in raid battles as well. So the more of these that you have maxed out with XL candies, the better it's going to be for you all around. And if possible, I highly suggest you go and look for in-person raids for these particular raid bosses, and that is of course because you could potentially get rare candy XL from in-person raids, and that is something you should not ignore. I don't know if it's confirmed, but I really do hope Niantic does give out some free raid passes throughout the day, otherwise this event could essentially be very pay to win. I really do hope that raiding doesn't become a huge emphasis on each day, and maybe with the Ultra Beasts there's going to be some solo content or some other means of getting this powerful Pokemon that doesn't involve spending money and buying a whole bunch of raid passes, but we'll just have to wait and see. There's just not a lot of information regarding the second day, but I do suggest that you pay heavy attention to social media because of course all the players in New Zealand will be able to get those Pokemon before everyone else. Speaking of which, one other problem that we've had in previous Go Fests is of course the buggy nature of Pokemon Go Fest for some of the earlier regions. This includes New Zealand and Australia. A lot of times when they have global events similar to this one, there tends to be a lot of problems for those areas in the world. But hopefully Niantic got their act together and it's going to be a smooth event for everyone around the world, but we'll have to wait and see. Typically, Niantic drops the ball in this area, but hopefully this year it's going to be different. But in spite of those concerns, I'm still really excited for Pokemon Go Fest. I really do think that Niantic did go all out for this particular year, and I do think overall it's going to be very memorable and a fun experience for Pokemon Go players. Now, before we close off this video, let me give you a couple of tips for Pokemon Go Fest based on previous years. I really think it's in your best interest to complete the special research as soon as possible so that you could focus in on just catching Shinies and catching Pokemon for the rest of the day, especially because with the special research, you could get hung up on a couple of steps and you will want to avoid that. Also, don't forget to bring snacks and stay hydrated with a bottle of water, especially if you're going to be playing outside for a majority of this event. I can't stress this enough, but keeping yourself hydrated and fed is going to allow you to enjoy the experience a lot more, and of course, it's going to get pretty grindy at certain hours. And speaking of that, I really do think that you should do some prior research on what is going to be spawning on each habitat so that you could focus in on collecting certain Shinies and certain Pokemon that you've been needing, and that is going to make your gameplay a lot smoother. And don't forget your incense, because there's going to be a lot of spawns that are going to be exclusive to incense, and they are going to be Pokemon like regionals and unknown, and you do not want to miss out on any of those. So I highly suggest that at the beginning of Pokemon Go Fest, you just stack up all of your incense and use as many as you can so that you will have it running all throughout the event and you will not have to worry about forgetting about it. But yeah, I do think it's going to be really exciting, no doubt. There's just a lot to look forward to with Pokemon Go Fest, and there's going to be quite a lot of surprises as well. We really do not know what implications this event is going to have for the grand scheme of things, but I do think it's going to be a good thing. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Let me know down below in the comment section what you are looking forward to when it comes to Pokemon Go Fest and what Shinies you are hoping to get. And if you ended up enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell as well so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, then do check out the links in the description below. But yeah, that's going to be it. Good luck at Pokemon Go Fest, and I am Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.